Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it's so easy to catch these manufacturers of truth with a lie, with a big lie. You know why? One of the easiest ways is see how quickly they find some evidence in order to promote a new narrative. So now we find out just like this that Jeffrey Epstein is a Russian agent, not a Mossad, a Russian. Now, new evidence right now. So it was nothing about Russia except the prostitutes for Bill Gates and others, but it was nothing about Russia until now. And guess what? The Brits tell us that actually Epstein might have been Putin's operation in the US with the honeypot. You know what I mean? The US elite's blackmail operation. It was not Mossad. It was Putin. You know how quickly these guys find evidence. Now, I would not be surprised if tomorrow they will publish about 3,529 pictures of Putin with young girls and boys on Epstein Island. Just like this. They just found them. This is what's called a big lie. Now, the big lie was not invented by Adolf. That's a lie my Michigan State University history professor told the class. And I challenged her, and she didn't like that a bit. And I told her that is not true. She said, he taught us about the big lie. He is the one, he invented the big lie. And I said, that's not true, Madam Professor. And she said, what do you mean? I said, have you read the Mein Kampf? I don't read garbage. All right. I said, well, let me educate you. In Mein Kampf, he explains who are the big masters of the big lie and how they use the big lie in the world, in history. Now you know. Whoa. That was not good for both of us. So let's go back here. The big lie. So what's a big lie? The big lie is when you make something so outrageously hard to believe, you just state it with chutzpah and numerous ones at once, so more people at once. So if you hear BBC, CNN, MSNBC, Reuters, Deutsche Welle, Agence France Presse, Associated Press coming out and saying at once something like you say, well, it's such a big lie that you would not dare to make a big lie. That's the problem. We might lie, but we might not lie about big things. So it's when someone comes and says something that is really hard to believe, you say, that's very outrageous. You look at your inner self and you think, I wouldn't dare to even think of saying that to have so much chutzpah. So therefore, the big lie is said often enough by too many in the same time, and you're like, oh, no, they wouldn't lie to us. It's that's the big lie. And I will make a video probably after this revealing my conversation with the professor at Michigan State University regarding this issue and how what a propagandist she was. She was not a teacher. She was an activist, and she was very insincere and very unprepared, not only mentally, but as a professor, as an educator. She was not prepared. I knew more than she did. She wanted us to read Shearer's book. That's all what we need the book to read. So let's go here and see what evidence these guys have now. It's Putin and Epstein, not Mossad. No. We don't find anything about Mossad. No. Ehud Barak in New York. Many times. Come on now. Let's go. Epstein's links to Putin and Kremlin spies raise fears he was Russian agent. The Telegraph. And they show us this guy with a British hat. And he's Jewish, how do you call her? Pimp. When Jeffrey Epstein offered up a young woman at a dinner companion to Prince Andrew, he assured the British royals that she was Russian, beautiful, and trustworthy. So, by that logic, if you have a criminal committing a crime with an AR-15 or something, or let's say a Remington, he must be working for the Americans, regardless if he's North Korean, correct? Because the weapon he was offered to commit the crime was Remington, that's US made. Is that logical to you? So that means if you have an American committing a crime with an AK-47, must be the Russians who made him do that because you used the Russian weapon? The same. If someone gets poisoned with, I don't know, the Novichok poison with whatever plutonium, and I don't know, it's a Russian grade military poison that many countries had it. It must be the Russians who did it. Is that how it goes nowadays? Is this the evidence? So if the thief used, I don't know, Nike shoes, he was an American, even though those were made in China, he couldn't be a German guy, or because he didn't wear Adidas. Jesus Christ. This is the level of these guys. Look here. The convicted pedophile made a promise in exchange of emails 2010 telling the now disgraced Andrew, I have a friend who I think you might enjoy having dinner with. He's talking about a woman who was a Russian. Therefore, he wasn't. What do you think that Epstein? Let's use this. Let's say Epstein used the Chinese whatever to someone. Was he a Chinese agent? This is the level they insult your intelligence. Just so you know, this is not, I don't know, tipi topo topo. This is the Telegraph. The Telegraph. And they didn't come and see it clearly. And based on that, why do you think Andrew is the only kind of one who took a dive on this one? I don't know yet, my friends, but he's kind of the only one. And we find extra information with the Russians right now once Putin and Trump wants to make peace in Ukraine. Just a coincidence. All right, let's go to the second topic or second article. Jeffrey Epstein's sinister links with Putin revealed. There you go, man. This is a statement. It's revealed they have similar links. Sinister. It's not like a may, could, possibly. No, it's right there. It's clear. Oh, here you are, the evil guy with green eyes. Thousands of secretive messages that we cannot see linking Jeffrey Epstein to Vladimir Putin have been unearthed in the latest tranche of the Epstein files. Emails show unnamed sources discuss meeting between Epstein and Putin, with commentators suggesting Epstein could have used Russian girls in the world's largest honey trap orchestrated by the Kremlin. All right. So, as I said, because he, let's say, we find out he got email with Putin, but we don't have email with Trump. So bizarre, isn't it? No, it's not bizarre. This is manufactured. This is manufactured and orchestrated by our leaders, our bureaucrats, not even elected, but not that it matters. But the elections here are with electronic voting machines. Who are you on the win, Gigi? A or B? A. Clip loop A. All right. With how many we put? 91 million or we put 90? And doesn't fucking matter. They will not know who's bigger or not. Say he won with 30 million and the other guy lost with 120 million. They would not fucking notice. Click, boom. Oh, and then you have those guys. And what they're gonna vote, with electoral college. Which one should we vote? Oh, this time it must be Gigi, not GG1. It's gonna be GG2. It's fucking unbelievable. So right there, because it was emails, secretive emails between Putin and Epstein, and he used some Russian whatever to it. That's it, man. That's the evidence. You got it. That's the evidence. That's the evidence. So let's say if right now I have an email with Putin, let's say, and Epstein used no with Putin, and I'm Russian, let's say, and this guy used prostitutes, it's me or something, I delivered or something. Well, I mean, it's so idiotic, I don't even want to get deeper than that. But they already know it's a statement, secretive, they know it. Now let's look at these guys. Express. Epstein files show, they definitely show, not suggest, they show. Remember, I always dislike when you have a study and say, well, the study suggests. I don't suggest. It's either show or they don't show. Suggest. Suggest is like, I think, then why should I care if you suggest? A suggestion is like, I think you should wear black coat today instead of a white coat. Why? I don't know. I just suggest it looks better. That's it. That's a suggestion. I suggest you buy that instead of that. I don't know. It's just So now, no, they show. Epstein files show Putin's Russian spy links as emails detail, oh my God, world's largest honey trap. You see, this is an absolute. There's no might, is no could, is not anything like leaves doubts. They clearly show Putin's Russian spy links as emails detail world's largest. Okay, that's it, man. That's it. They are too certain. Don't you think they're too certain? Everything else is maybe, could have been. I don't know, Mr. Lutnick could have been to the Epstein Island, but we don't know. Maybe he was. We don't know exactly how many times, but here in detail, this is a manufacture. Now, let's say it was Putin, Rasputin, let's put it this way. All right, well then what are we doing now? Are we going to attack Iran for Putin? Does Putin wants US to attack Iran? I mean, it's not like that. Look at the other operations. Look at other decisions these guys make based on, I think, on the blackmail. And let me show you another one here. Explosive Epstein files. There you go. FBI source claims Trump compromised by Israel. Kushner, real brains behind Trump's presidency. Whoa, what's going on over here? Isn't it because Putin and Trump might want to get an agreement and a peace process in Ukraine? Is it because they want to bypass the guys who activated the honey trap? Is that why? So now we have Putin and Trump. They are, how do you call it? They are compromised by Israel. Now, how come they could be compromised by Israel, but the other guys are compromised by Russia? Which one is it? All of it? No, this is just a, how do you call it, when they try to confuse you. And Kushner, real brains behind Trump's presidency. No, real brain is not Kushner. Kushner is, I think, I heard him speak. Have you heard him speak? He's not very deep. On the contrary, I think he's very shallow. I gotta tell you this, maybe you noticed, but usually the guy who builds an empire is the real guy. The sons are not really at the same level, you know what I mean? And the father, I think, he's an ambassador, he's Jewish, represents America in France. He's the ambassador of the United States of America in Paris. And he was convicted as a felon, but I think someone, I don't know who exactly, pardoned him or commuted his thing, and he was appointed as representing us, man, in Paris. Not to Israel, to Paris. Fuck me, Freddy. And Kushner, I don't think Kushner is his own brains, just so you know. That's my observation. Why? Look who he married. Have you heard Ivanka Trump? I know now Trump is going to be like all upset with me even more. He's going to say, send FBI here or something. Fuck you. Anyway, let's move to the next one. Epstein's victims' lawyers ask court to order DOJ to take down Epstein Files website. When I heard this, I was like, no, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Are you telling me that the people who want the perpetrators being exposed, finally brought to justice, they said, no, it's going to hurt us because it was redacted in the wrong way. Certain names were not redacted, black, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, unredacted, not even like that. Oh, please take it down. We beg you. It hurts us. Hide them so the alleged perpetrators, the criminals, the pedos will not be viewed by anybody. Can you believe this? Well, this is what I say right here. Attorneys for alleged, how nice they say alleged, victims of late sex offender Jeff Epstein, citing an unfolding emergency, are urging two federal judges in New York to order the immediate takedown of Justice Department's Epstein Files website. The lawyers are contending widespread failures by the DOJ to redact names and identify information of Epstein victims, according to a copy of a letter. Who made this mistake? My friends, I worked with redacted documents, investigations redacted. People who do the redactions, they're not baboons. Now, I did not work at the level of these guys, Department of Justice, a federal government agency, in order to redact such a sensitive subject, sensitive papers. I didn't work. These things must have been not redacted, looked over by many eyes. Not by one person, redacted. I made them, no coffee, I'm going to go to sleep and fuck it. No, it was not like this. It was not. They were viewed and they were discussed what and whom and blah, 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 blah. If we redact this, if we don't redact that. So this to make mistakes, they are not mistakes. They are not, unless we are already at the level of that movie Idiocracy. And we are baboons. And some of them are. Look at who represents us, if you want, in many areas, according to a copy of a letter. And I'm quoting, for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, for the alleged victims, they said, every hour matters. The harm is ongoing and irreversible. Attorney Brittany Henderson and Brad Edwards wrote in their letter addressed to the U.S. District Judge Richard Barman, that's a Stein, obviously, and Paul Englemeyer. Oh my God, they are everywhere. It's New York after all. What do you expect? Got it? So right there, man. It hurts, man. It hurts. Its failure will not occur. Yes, it just destroyed. Look, this guy. Oh my God. All right. So they want it off because the names are over there. Yes. Do you think that it was just a mistake? I don't think it was a mistake, my friends. How should I put it mildly? How should I put it mildly? When you go and buy a car, there are no mistakes on those contracts. Not really, especially on the where is the APR or whatever it is, the where they put the interest rate. Never a mistake, unless they make a mistake the other way. But it's a car, and they don't make mistakes. Here it's something that potentially can, divulge names of the alleged victims and so on. No, what they're doing right now, they're just. I think it's a big war over there. I think the operation. Discredit and blackmail U.S. elites has started. We are in the little war where these guys, some of them guilty, some of them not guilty, are scrambling to defend one another, and I think it's a lot of I will tell, stop them. If you don't stop them, I will tell, God damn it. And I spoke with Gigi, Mike, and Tom, and they will tell too, man. Stop this shit. I will fuck you up. Okay, go to town, man. Go to town. That's exactly what is going on over there. A lot of people are scrambling. I tell you who's in charge. Trump supposedly is in charge. Why? Potentially, he's got supposedly the FBI, CIA, NSA, and the military on paper. Now, in reality, he's not in charge. He could die tonight. Just, old age. You know what I mean? Or maybe sleep over the fucking stair and hit his head real hard. Or maybe he's going to just strangle himself on the stairs. When he falls down, he's going to strangle himself, okay? And he's going to be dying like the other one who died in, Epstein. My friends, this is garbage. This is our society. This is our society. Now, if you think that this society, these guys deserve our taxes, deserve us to follow their laws that initially were put over there for a reason, do you think that these guys deserve us to send our sons and daughters or husbands and wives or parents into the war against other countries for their interest? And do you think that if we are supposed to hate one another because someone said you say something anti-Semitic or something like that, then my friends, this country is even worse than maybe we imagined. And I have quite a crazy imagination. So anyway, I'm very not disillusioned. I'm just, oh yeah, well, we're here. All right, we're here. I envision this. Evidence, observation gets me there. I already put the stamp, sending over there. It's good. Now what do we do? What do we do? Well, first is educate ourselves, and then start talking with one another, and start organizing, and then after that, maybe they just go away. You know what I mean? Thank you very much for being with me again today. These guys are initiating a big lie. Putin is actually Russia. It worked before. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.